Hi friends, this is your Python partner here. Let's see more functionalities that we could do with functions in Python. So far we have seen passing one or two arguments to the function, but actually arguments that we pass to the functions can be a list of names or numbers or even dictionaries and more complex objects. We can as well modify the passed list inside the function. The changes to the list happen inside the function are permanent. Okay. And if we have to retain the original list from the changes, then we need to send a copy of the original list and not that list itself. Fine. Let's see all this functionalities very detailed using this example. So see, this is that example. So here in this program, we have two functions named menu card and today list. Okay. So the main part of the program, we have two lists named food items and served items. And in food items, we have some values like fried rice, veg biryani, chicken biryani, etc. And served items is an empty list. So we are calling the function named menu card by passing the to list. Okay. Now let's see the body of functions. So first in menu card function, it has two parameters, that is food items and served items. And now it is holding the value, yes, that list that we send through that function call. And inside that there is a while loop. It keeps on running till a single value exists in food items. Fine. And in the second line of that, I mean inside the while loop, we have a variable order. Order is a variable that is referring to the value. Yes, food items dot pop off. That is last item from that food items will be popped out. Okay. Yes. So that is what this order is referring to. Here it is veg pulao. Okay. And what happens more inside that loop? It is just going to print a message like enjoy your veg pulao like that. And after that, the value of order is appended to the served items that list. Okay. Fine. So at first served items was an empty list, but now the values of order is appended. So like this, it happens for all other values of food items. Okay. Now again in the main part of the program, we are calling the today list function with the argument served items. So let's see the body of the function. Yeah, now the parameter served item has the value that we sent inside that function call. Okay, inside that there is just a for loop. It is going to loop through the items in the served item and it is just going to print. Okay, so this is what is happening. And in the main part of the program, we are just going to print that list of items in shop. That is the food items. Just to show you that all items from that list is empty, that is popped out. Okay, so that list is now empty. Got it? So now what if we have to retain the original list but still have to work with it? So it's just simple. We have to just pass the copy of the list as an argument to that function than the original list. So let's take that same example and change only small things from it. Okay. In that function call, we are just going to, yes, food items of slice. So this is how we have to make a copy of a list. Okay, I hope you remember this. We have already seen when we were discussing list. Okay, if not, you just go and watch that video and come back here. So now the output we receive is same as before, but the original list is unaffected. See, except the last line, that is shop has items like fried rice, veg biryani. So what was the first list? It was entirely untouched. Okay, it is not modified. So this is how. So if you are really particular about retaining the original list, then you can go for this. If not, just work with the original list because it could save the time and memory that are needed to create a copy of the list. Okay. So now let's see the situations where we don't know how many arguments function is going to accept. Okay. But in Python, we can collect arbitrary number of arguments from the calling statements. For example, let's take this. So this is a function. It is simple that we are going to place the order. Okay, this is what is going to happen and it is going to print the same. Fine. So in the definition order food of, we have that parameter asterisk foods. Okay, so and inside that we are just going to print the value. And in the function call, you see that is order food of first order it is veg biryani alone, and second one we have cake and coffee, and third function call we have chicken fry and fried rice. Okay. So here in this example, the parameter name asterisk foods tells Python to create an empty tuple named foods, okay, and then pack whatever values it receives into that tuple. Fine. So now we have called the function some 3 times, right? But every time the number of arguments is different, but still the function treats all the function calls similarly. So very important thing to note here is, even if we call the function with one and only value, still it is packed into a tuple. Fine. And we can loop through the tuple as needed. And see, this is the output. Now, what if we have to mix other arguments with the arbitrary arguments? Then you have to place that arbitrary argument in the last in the function definition. Okay, so Python matches the positional and keyword arguments first, then we'll collect other arguments in the final parameter. Okay, let's see this using another example. See, it is like a table reservation in a restaurant. Okay, that is the thing. The small example is nothing but we are just going to reserve the table as well as we are just going to pre-order the food. Okay. So in this function definition, we have that parameter like a name and number of seat and as well as asterisk foods. Okay. And inside this function, there's nothing, just it is going to print you the details like the table of how many number of seats and as well as booked by who, like the name. Okay. And then we are going to just print that ordered food list. Just we are going to loop through it. Okay. Yes. See, there is a two function called like book table of Rahul. It is the name and number of seats is 6 and food items veg biryani and cauliflower chili. Okay. And second function called it is Nisha and she books for 2 people. Okay. And items mutton biryani and garlic chicken. So here in this example, Python matches that first two arguments appropriately. Then pack the remaining arguments into a tuple. Okay. That is Rahul will be matched to name and 6 will be matched to number of 6 and after that veg biryani and cauliflower chili would be packed inside the tuple named foods. Fine. Likewise the same happens for the next function call also. So this situation is appropriate to use the arbitrary arguments because as we don't know how many dishes the customer prefers or else how many number of seats that he or she are going to reserve for them. Fine. Yeah. See, this is the output. It is nothing but the table of seats booked by Rahul and the ordered food list. It contains veg biryani and cauliflower chili and as well as for the second. Yes, okay. So, you will often see this parameter name asterisk arguments like args which collects the arbitrary positional arguments. Okay, so we can as well collect arbitrary number of arguments. But what if we don't know the type of information which will be passed? So at that time, we can go for arbitrary keyword arguments. See, let's see this using this example. So here it is nothing but in this example, your hobby of function, it expects the name of the person and then it allows to use as many name value pairs. Okay, see, name comma double asterisk hobbies. Okay, it is just going to tell about the person. His name, his or her name as well as their hobbies is going to be returned to the line which it called. Okay. And here in this function call, we have given the name Dia and hobby 1 it is dancing and hobby 2 it is singing. Yes, we are just going to print that person names. Okay. So the double asterisk before the parameter hobbies makes Python to create an empty dictionary and pack as many key value pairs. Okay. So function would work good with any number of key value pairs are given in the function calls. So you will see parameter names that is double asterisk keyword arguments that is kwargs which used to collect the non-specific keyword arguments. Fine. Yeah, see, this is the output you get. It has already become a dictionary that is hobby 1 dancing, hobby 2 singing, name Dia. Fine. So we can mix the types of arguments as we wish when we write our own programs, okay, like functions. So as you start to read others code, you will see all these types more often, okay. As of now, it is okay to stick with what is a simplest approach, but gradually you will know which is the efficient approach for which sort of things, fine. So that's it friends. I hope you really understand this session. So just make sure that you remember all the types of arguments and the ways of using it and all. And it would be very useful when you are going to write your functions like different sort of functions when you're going to develop your own games or whatever applications, whatever it is. It would be very useful. So yes. So join me friends in this journey of learning. Let's make this journey more interesting. Come on, just subscribe to join me here. And don't forget to like and share the video. Bye-bye and take care.